Okay, so tonight I'm going to go back to the 1995 NASCAR SuperTruck series and run the Pizza Plus 150 from Bristol Motor Speedway. Let me see if I can bring the stream up on my other computer here. Okay, that looks right. Okay, so here's the points. The last race was at I-70 Speedway. It went caution-free, surprisingly, and I finished fifth, I believe. And so coming out of I-70, I'm fifth in the points. Um, hold on. Let's take a look at this. So I am kind of doing an abbreviated season in this series, just because I'm really picky about what tracks I use. So I ran Phoenix. I don't know of any Tucson track, so I skipped that race. I've seen one Saugus track, but I haven't used it at all. I basically stick to just the default tracks, the PWF tracks, and the Project Short Track tracks. So I went Phoenix, Mesa Marin, Portland, Evergreen, I-70, and now I'm at Bristol. So I skipped Tucson, Saugus, and Louisville. I'm also going to skip Colorado, Topeka, Flemington. Yeah, those 6 races I'll be skipping. So this season is going to end up being 14 races out of 20. It was a pretty short season to begin with. All right, so I'm fifth in points. This Bristol track is called the Bristol 2-Pit Lanes 2.1 track by AI Line Mod. You can get it at Stunod. This just makes it so that you can use the 2-pit roads independently, and it takes that Armco barrier out, so you don't have to go down both pit roads. This is how it was back in the 90s, so I appreciate AI Line Mod for figuring out how to make Bristol, the default Bristol track, where you can use the pit roads independently. And I believe he did it by getting some files from NASCAR 2002, because the Bristol track in that game has the 2 pit roads independently, and then he kind of transferred those over into NASCAR 2003 and made it so that you just pit on either the front stretch or the back stretch. You don't have to go down the both pit roads like it was in 2000. I think they changed that in 2002. And I don't know how it is now, but I imagine it's the same way now. Anyway, this uses 2 pit roads independently. All right, so let's calibrate. No, let's try that again. Okay, that's better. Okay, so this one, the race is only 150 laps, so a pretty short race. 95 CTS. There were 29 trucks that started this race, so 28 AI and me. Gonna run it on 100%. Realistic, all boxes checked, realistic weather. Okay, hopefully it's clear, but my luck, it'll probably be cloudy. Oh, clear in 85. That's pretty good. That's actually a little warm. All right, I'm going to do a practice lap or two. Hold on, let me bring this up better. Actually, I think I'm just going to go straight to qualifying. Oh, so the setup I'm using is this setup that I created myself here. I can delete this one. Hold on. Let's delete that. Basically, it's just a fast setup. But the truck was a little loose, and so when hitting the brakes, it wanted to spin to the inside of the track. So I was going to lower the track bar, and I remember reading in a setup guide, because I don't really know much about setup, but I remember reading that the left rear track bar should never be higher than the right rear. So since I was going to lower the track bar to make the truck a little tighter, I just lowered the left rear side, where right now it's 9 inches, and then the right rear is 8.75. On mine, it's 8.5 on the left rear and 8.75 on the right rear. So I just lowered the left rear, what is that, 1 inch? No, half an inch. Okay. Other than that, it's just the fast setup. Alright, am I going right to qualifying? Yeah, okay, here we go. Lost third gear. Don't need it. Glad I did it now and not in the race.
Okay, here comes your first time lap. One more lap. There's the checkered flag.
Alright, let's see how I did. Okay, 15th. That's pretty good. And I'm starting on the bottom, so that's good too. And it looks like the 58 is right behind me. He's pretty slow, so that should be fine. Mike Hurlburt behind him, TJ Clark, Kinder, Allen, Daniels. Alright, that's pretty good, starting right there. Who am I behind? Bob Straight. And then on my outside is Walker Evans. And then Sammy Swindell, Glanville, Breback. Okay, that's a pretty good spot to start. Yeah, it's still clear. Good. Alright, let's practice a pit stop. And I believe 15th place is good enough to get on the front stretch pit. But let me see. Yep.
Keep it to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds.
Oh yeah, I should probably check my speed and stuff too.
Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
Yeah, right about 2,500 is 35 miles an hour. I've had it happen twice now where on practicing starts where you lose fourth gear right on the start, like going into turn one, you shift up to fourth and you lose fourth gear. I'm very grateful that it hasn't happened on stream yet. I don't know what I would do. It's like either restart the race or just do the whole race in third gear. That would be lame. But I don't really like the idea of restarting races either, because I mean that stuff does happen, so it's kind of like them's the brakes.
Car outside. Still there. Clear. Keep it to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. You're too far back. Pull up.
Alright, so I can turn in on turn 4, which doesn't have the sponsor billboards. If I'm in a turn with sponsor billboards, then I can't pit.
Go, go, go! Keep it to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds.
In my cup race at Bristol,
Okay, you're clear of pit
it's a
lane.
little embarrassing how many times I screwed that up, especially at the end of the race, and it cost me some positions. So I got to remember what turn I'm in and when I can pit. Super wall.
Limits 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds.
Alright, so I'm on the front stretch. Sammy Swindell. That's the other thing on the start. The AI tends to start in first gear and do restarts in first gear. If I try that, the truck just spins. So I'm going to be starting in second gear, which is going to make me a little slow on the green flag. But that'll be okay. It'll probably let Wayne Evans get in front of me, or Walker Evans get in front of me, and maybe Sammy Swindell also. And then I'll be like beside Jerry Glanville or something. So if those guys get by on the outside, it's not a big deal. And I think I'll be fast enough on the bottom that I'll have a little cushion between Wayne Jacks behind me and Bob Straight in front of me. All right, I'm ready. Did I mute this? Okay, I did. All right. Okay, we're good. PJ Jones starting pretty far back. All right. Good, clear, 75 degrees.
Drivers, to your cars.
Drivers, start your engines!
Look at the tires are already pretty warm. Makes this so much easier. Hopefully we get some green flag racing in.
Get ready now.
I
Going
don't.
green.
I hope it doesn't just turn into a bunch of cautions, but who knows?
The pace car's in. Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green. outside. Clear. Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. Clear.
Jack Spray going 3 wide. He's about to end up on the bottom 3 wide
Car
there.
outside. Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 7 car.
Bummer, that was a really good start. Would like to have kept that going.
Pit road
Alright,
is
are
now
people
open.
gonna pit? I wouldn't think so. Yeah, okay, we're staying out. Only got 9 laps in. See, Jerry Glanville is now a lap down. So he'll be on the inside line, and then it's all pretty much single file. So hopefully this will be a clean start or a clean restart, and we'll get some green flags in, green flag laps. You know, this is probably the biggest problem for me when there's just a bunch of cautions over and over. Then you can never get the tires warmed up. And so eventually the restarts happen and the tire temps are down at like 80 degrees. And that makes it a lot harder to try and stay in the bottom lane and not get run over or get put on the outside 3 wide and stuff. So like if it goes green and we go 1 lap and then there's another caution, then the tires never get warmed up and they just get colder and colder and colder. I mean, even right now they're colder than they were on the start.
We're going green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 7 car on the outside line.
Alright, who do I got behind me? Bob Straight, then Jax, Clark, Legacy. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna sandbag it a little bit, try and get a little buffer. And then if my car or truck gets tight, I may let Bob Straight go. Because he'll be fast. The rest of them, I think I could probably stay in front of them.
The pace car's in. Green, green, green! The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed. We got a wreck in turn 3. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 7 car.
All right. Okay, are we
Pit
pitting
road is
now?
open. Past the 37 car.
I don't think I'm gonna pit. I'm staying out. I didn't see who that was. It looked like Rick Corelli and someone else. I'm not sure who. Was it Legacy? Oh, it was probably Mike Bliss. Corelli and Bliss. And I bet when they were sliding back down the track, then Legacy probably hit them. I'm in the top 10. Okay, Legacy and Corelli are out. I'll bet Corelli and Bliss hit the wall, and then Corelli was sliding down the track, and Legacy just nailed him. All right, so we're down to 27 cars. Trucks.
We're going green next time by.
Vehicles.
Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 7 car on the outside line.
Yeah, now we're down all below 100.
Get ready now. Going green. The pace car's in. Green, green, green! Still there.
Oh gosh.
You're on the bottom, 3 wide, outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Still there.
Don't want to be going 3 wide. Almost had to. All right, Bob, go ahead. All right, we're good. We're good.
Clear.
But I didn't get by Glanville,
Clear.
so I still got to pass him. At least I'm not in the wall.
Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear. There's an accident on the back straight.
No caution? Thought PJ was going to go high there. Let's go, let's go.
Outside. Still there. Clear.
Come on, PJ. Let's go, PJ.
Outside. Clear.
trying to move PJ out of the way, but you can't sit there forever. The leader is coming. You give him a few laps to let you go. If he's not going to let you go, you got to give him the crowing horn. Now Mike Bliss, it looks like, has gotten past all the back markers and is now riding my bumper. But I think I should be able to stay in front of him as long as I don't mess up a corner really bad. He's pretty good. It looks like it's clear behind Bliss. I may just let him go and then follow him through all this traffic, all these lap cars and stuff, instead of overdriving trying to stay in front of him. He looks pretty fast. Yeah, I'm gonna let him go.
Inside. Clear.
All right, now no one's riding my bumper.
There's an accident in turn 3. You got a slow car.
No
down
caution, no caution. That was Glanville again. Alright, this is Bob Strait, who almost wrecked me on that restart, wanting to get by. I let him go, and now we've caught back up to him.
Still there.
Ooh, on the apron. That
Clear.
wasn't good.
Outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear. outside. Start finish line. Now.
Man. Leader is coming. Not sure what the 11 was doing down there. Okay, he's going in the pits. Wasn't sure if he was going in or coming out.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. Still there. Clear outside. Car outside. Here comes the leader. Clear outside. Car outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Car outside. Still there. Still there. Clear.
That was dangerous, but it's kind of hoping Resendez was going to wreck that guy. And I could get by and we'd get a caution so I could stay on the lead lap because the leader's right behind me. Looks like the leader is Ron Hornaday.
There are the cross flags. We're halfway home.
Wow, we're halfway already. Okay. It goes by quick here.
straight.
All right, I could use a caution now. No caution.
Here comes the leader.
Let's go, John. Gotta go.
Outside. Here comes the leader. Still there. Clear.
I think that's actually Joe Ruttman behind me.
Car outside. Clear. Here comes the leader. Car outside. Clear outside. Here comes the leader. Car outside. Clear. Here comes the leader. Here comes the leader. Outside. Still there. Clear outside.
You know, the Ruttman is right on my bumper, and so he's following me past all these trucks.
Here comes the
None
leader.
of them are slowing him down at all. My spotter won't shut up about it. Gotta go, gotta go.
Here comes the leader.
I know.
Outside. Still there. Clear.
Alright, looks like I could go the whole rest of the way. We're already 2/3 in. I think tires will be fine. Oh yeah, we're good. I don't think I'm gonna have to pit.
Here comes the leader. Outside. Still there. Here comes the leader. Clear outside.
See, Rubman just follows me right through, so it doesn't really help me that much. I just can't, I can't get a truck in between us.
Outside. Here comes the leader. Clear outside. Car inside.
That's gonna cost me the lap.
Clear inside.
Mike Bliss blew up. I didn't want to hit him or nothing. And Joe Rutman took advantage and finally got by. Oh well, hopefully it goes green to the end. Resendez is coming out of the pits.
Outside. Clear.
All right, now hopefully I can follow Rutman through all the traffic. And if I can't get my lap back, at least they'll help me pass these guys. Should be able to get by these dudes. Oh, here's an opening.
Outside.
Nice.
You're on the bottom, 3 wide, outside. Here comes the leader.
All right, I'm back on the lead lap, temporarily.
Here comes the leader.
Oh, geez, this again. I got it, spotter. The leader is coming. Got it.
Here comes the leader.
Truck's getting pretty tight.
Here comes the leader. Car outside.
All right, all right. I think that's a spot.
Clear outside.
Nope. Yep. All right, I'm in sixth. 32 to go.
Here comes the leader. Car outside. Clear.
A little loose coming into that turn.
Here comes the leader. Car outside. Clear. Outside. Here comes the leader. Clear. Car outside. Here comes the leader. Still there. Clear. Here comes the leader.
Is that Keselowski going slow on the bottom? Oh, Ruttman was almost there.
Car outside. Still there. Clear. Outside. Clear. Here comes the leader. Outside. Clear. Outside. Here comes the leader. Clear. Here comes the leader. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Clear. There's an accident in turn 3.
Gotta stay on the lead lap. All right, I think he took the yellow already, so. Boy, that was exhausting. Okay.
Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 81 car.
All right, so I stayed on the lead lap. I'm in 6th. 15 to go. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a double foul
Pit road
restart.
is now open.
I got to pit. Should I pit right now? No, I'm going to wait a lap or two just to make sure that I don't lose a lap under caution or anything. Pretty sure this is my pit road.
Keep it to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. The pace cars in turn 1. The pace cars in turn 2.
I don't think anyone is pitting.
The pace
So when I
cars
come
on
out,
the back straight.
I'm going to be in 6th with brand new tires. And the rest of the field is going to have old beat up tires.
The pace cars in turn 3. Go, go, go. Go, go, go! Limits 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. The pace cars in turn 4. The pace cars on the front straight. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 81 car.
But if we don't go green in the next 2 laps, then it's going to be single file and I'll just have to start back here. Which is where I was going to start anyway, so it really doesn't make a difference. I see Butch Miller. He's 5 trucks ahead of me, and then Skinner's in front of him, and then Rana Hornaday's 2 in front of him.
We're going green next time by. Line up single file.
Okay, single file restart. We'll see with these new tires if I can get them warmed up and then try and pass some of these guys without running into them, because they're going to be on old tires. I may be able to make up some spots here. We'll see. It's going to be hard not running into them though, since my tires are 130 laps fresher than theirs.
Cars in. Green, green, green. Car outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear. Outside.
All right, here's Skinner.
Clear. Car outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear. Car outside. You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Car outside. Still there. Just 5 more to go. Car outside. Clear. Car outside.
Oh,
Clear outside.
what's
Inside.
going on? I think the 44 was trying to get to the
Clear.
pits,
Car inside.
but Butch Miller was under him, and it was just causing a mess there.
Clear
And I
inside.
kind of slid up into somebody. I'm not sure who. I think the 40's. Is he gonna pit here? Or is, I guess he's just really slow.
inside.
Okay, whatever.
Still there. Clear inside.
No damage. All right, Butch Miller's the spot. Oh, Hornaday just wrecked Toby Butler. White flag. All right, I want to get by Butch Miller at least.
Car outside. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Clear.
Okay, I got him.
There's the
Man,
flag. It's
all right.
over.
Come on, that race was pretty epic.
job,
Oh,
buddy.
Butch just hit me. Well, that doesn't count. The race is
The
already
yellow flag is
over.
out. Let's go. Race back to the line.
That was pretty epic. I can't believe
You
I
all
stayed
right?
on the lead
Keep it
lap
to
for
35.
like
Keep it
60
under
laps.
2,500 in seconds. Looks like we're bent up on the back end.
Got tires and then came out and passed 2 more guys. All right. I finished 4th. And I saw Hornaday there, man. I was... If a couple stuff happened, or a couple things happened in that last run, if I had had a little cleaner run, then I would have probably been able to catch Hornaday and maybe finish 3rd. All right. I think this is number 7. Um, 7 Bristol. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. I don't think that took very long. Let's go back through. So the race started. We got quite a few green laps in. Okay, there's the first yellow. I don't remember who was in the first yellow. I mean, guys were spinning and wrecking the whole race, so it's not like it was a rare occurrence. No, yellow's not out yet. Still clean there. Okay, now the yellow's out. Oh, it was Glanville. I think Glanville was in a couple wrecks. Oh, and Toby Butler was too, apparently. Alright, they're going 3 wide here. Yeah, Toby Butler kind of, yeah, pits him on the straightaway and then pitted him right there. I mean, that wasn't that bad. They shouldn't have thrown a caution for that. All right, that was pretty tame. And then no one pit. I don't think the AI pit at all during the whole race. And then we went green, and this is where Bob Straight was on my rear end. Let's see. Okay, we go green here. Oh, Sammy Swindell got hit by PJ Jones. Oh, yeah, that's where Mike Bliss and Rick Corelli wrecked. Oops. Okay, because Skinner's going 3 wide in the middle. And then when Corelli's sliding down, Lagasse hits him. Yeah, right there. And then the 65 hit him. Who's in the 65? Oh, Allen. Okay, so that was the second caution. And I think it was off this second caution when Bob Straight was about to wreck me, so I just let him go. Yeah, I was trying to pass Glanville, and he was holding a bunch of people up. Let's see, yeah, Glanville's in the middle 3 wide here. So I'm trying to stay in the low lane to keep Straight behind me. But then I don't really want to go 3 wide there. It's a little too early for that, but I didn't really have much choice. And then right there, it looked like Straight was going to get into me. That was pretty close. Let's see, was he hitting me? Yeah, I mean, he's like pushing me through the corner basically. Partly my fault, I guess, because I'm trying not to go 3 wide here, and I don't want to fly into the corner and then wash up the track and get into Glanville. So I'm really hitting the brakes hard. And so Bob Straight is like right on my bumper there. And then right there, yeah, right there is when I washed up the track just enough that he put his nose under me. Let's see if we can get a better shot of that. Yeah, right there. So right there, he's hitting me. And if I try to turn left, I'm just going to spin. He'll just spin me around. So I know he's coming, so then I kind of hook it to the right to try and get off of his bumper. And it worked, thankfully, and I was able to keep going. I hate that, man. Just like super aggressive AI. But I kind of did that to PJ Jones too in a second here. So, I mean, it's Bristol. That's what they do at Bristol, you know. It's like they don't have time to wait behind people. If you're going slow, I mean, how long do they wait before they hit you? All right, so I kept it going. And then when I got up here to PJ, I did the same thing to him. Because I was riding behind him for like 5 laps, and then I was like, all right, gotta go. Oh, someone was spinning behind us. Yeah, there's the 4 and the 23 wrecking, doing their thing. They didn't even throw a caution for that. Yeah, see here, I'm just following PJ. And that 58 truck is pretty slow, so I was waiting for PJ to try and get past him. Yeah, okay. See, right here, like, PJ was kind of halfway up the track from the typical line. So I was starting to think that he was going to do one of those things where he goes into the corner and then goes way up high. So I was going to dive down under him. But then he didn't do that. He kind of went back to the bottom line and got behind the 58. So then I got on the brakes pretty hard. Stayed off of him though. See, now this 58 truck is slow. So now the 29 is catching up to us, and I don't like that situation when you got a slow truck holding you up and you got a fast truck right on your bumper. And I'm faster than the 29, but with this guy slowing, like holding us up, then this guy starts riding my bumper, and it's just dangerous. You end up in a situation like with Bob Straight a second ago, where they just want to hook onto your back bumper and spin you around. So at this point, I'm like, all right, I'm losing my buffer back here. I need to get past these guys. So then PJ makes the move. And we get past. And then I can get my buffer back a little bit on the 29. So he's not right up on me anymore. But then the same thing was happening to PJ, and so that's when I'm like, all right, gotta go. Let's see. Oh, no, it was Mike Bliss who caught up to us. Yeah, right here. Like, I need to go because Mike Bliss is now riding my bumper, and so I was just kind of giving him a tap there. That his truck is like clipping into my hood there. It's kind of giving him a tap, trying to get him out of the way, and it worked. Let's see that again. I'm like inside of his tailgate there. All right, and then it was green for a long time after that. And eventually Joe Ruttman caught up. Okay, there's Joe Ruttman. Let's see, when does Joe Ruttman get past this guy? Okay, there I get a little hung up behind John Nemechek, and that's when Joe Ruttman catches up right here. See, and I'm faster than John Nemechek. I almost smoked the tires getting into the turn that time. I'm getting stuck behind him, then Joe Ruttman gets right on my bumper, and that's a dangerous situation. So at that point, I'm like, I gotta go. So that was like 83, 82 when Joe Ruttman got behind me. And then he rode my bumper the whole rest of the time. Yeah, he's like right on me, just following me past every truck. See, every time I pass someone, he just follows right through. I mean, he was just right up on me, so I couldn't shake him. And eventually he got past me for like 3 laps, I think. 3 or 4 laps. Yeah, right there. Okay, Mike Bliss lost an engine. Yeah, Mike Bliss blew his engine. And see, right there, it's tricky because, especially on this track, because I don't know what pit road he's on. So he could be pitting on the backstretch or the front stretch. You don't know. And so then when he blows his engine, I don't know if he's going to try and just like get off the track and keep going around, or if he's going to just jump down off the track and go into his pit here. And then I don't know what the 75 is going to do if the 2 hits the brakes to get down on the flat and then the 75 slams on the brakes, then I'm just going to run into the back of the 75. So right when I see the smoke, then I think, okay, go high, go up here to try and avoid the 2 and the 75 if they start slamming on their brakes. So I avoid the 75, but then Ruttman gets under me, and that's how I lost the lap for a second. But then I caught back up right in here. And eventually got past him again. Yeah, right there. Oh, and I almost hit the 51. So there I get my lap back. And then the caution comes out. Yeah, and Ruttman is just riding my bumper this whole time. I'm just trying to stay on the lead lap. Oh, was he actually under me right there? Or is that when the caution came out? That's when the caution came out. So basically from lap 82 to 135, which is what, 53 laps, he was riding my bumper like that. I'm pretty lucky that he never got into me and I spun or anything. And then none of the AI pit. So I'm the last car on the lead lap, so of course I get fresh tires. Okay. Let's see. So I get by Glanville right there. And Glanville got in the wall. Get by the 34. Not sure who that is. Daniels. Get by the 23. I think that's TJ Clark. Skinner is for position here. So I get by him for 5th. My tires are now 130 laps fresher than everyone else's. Yeah, then these guys were going 3 wide here, and I really didn't want to go 3 wide, but I did practice this so that if I was 3 wide, I knew I had to stay low so I could try and survive a situation like that. Because sometimes the AI, like, even if I'm not diving below to go 3 wide, if the 58 was like a fast truck, sometimes they'll dive under the guy in front of them on the outside, and then they force you into that 3 wide position. And you can't do anything about it. They just force you into it. So I knew that might happen. In this case, it didn't really work that way. It was this lap car was slow, but Keselowski was trying to get around him on the outside. I want to see a better view of this. Yeah, so I'm giving him plenty of room there. And there I'm technically, I think I'm clear right there. But I wasn't going to risk it. There I'm not clear anymore. And then when I go into that turn, then I'm definitely clear. But I was giving him plenty of room here. Yeah, so that worked out. And I was able to keep going. Ooh, the 65 is missing his hood. Oh yeah, and then what were these two guys doing? The 98 and the 40 truck. Oh, we're okay. All right, I see. So the 65 is going slow. The 40 gets under him, but then the 40 slows, so the 98 gets under him, and so now they're 3 wide. So they're going into this corner, and they're both trying to take the low line. And so then I got all worried that they were going to spin. And hold on. And then so I start getting on the brakes, and then right then the 65 was there, so I ended up kind of pushing him up the track. Pretty lucky not to wreck right there. And then, yeah, straight was right behind me, so I decided to go around on the outside of this guy. And I knew I had fresh tires, so I knew I'd get around him. And then, is this the last lap? Oh yeah, then Toby Butler starts sliding onto the track out of nowhere. All right, this is the last lap. And the 98 right in front of me is for position. So right there, I dive bomb him into the turn. And I sneak past to get 4th. And then right here, just some after race shenanigans. I noticed that if a yellow comes out after the checkered flag like that, then when you export the race standings, it'll count that as a caution, even though it was after the checkered flag. All right, so Joe Ruttman wins it, then Jack Sprague, Ron Hornaday, then me, then Butch Miller, Mike Skinner, 6 guys on the lead lap. Portengay, Nemechek, Butler, Sedgwick. Straight was 11th. 25 finished. Bliss, Hurlburt, Bliss, Legacy, and Corelli all out of the race. And Resendez did a pit stop in there, so he ended up 5 laps down. I think there was a couple guys who did pit stops under green. All right, I export. Yep. Save. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. That was Bristol 2 Pit Lanes 2.1 by AI Line Mod. Fantastic. It's basically just the default Bristol, just with the 2 independent pit roads like it was back in the 90s. So thanks again, AI Line Mod. This is the Bristol that I've been using. Oh yeah, calculate the points. Let's see if I can bring this. Nope, that's the wrong website. No, How do I do this? Points calculator. Okay, why don't I just go there? No, hold on. No, that's not what I want. There we go. Oh, that was race 6. That wasn't race 7. Thought that was 7. Alright, this never seems to work first time. No, see, it didn't work. I don't know why it doesn't just work first time. Alright, Phoenix, Mesa Marin, Portland, I-70, Evergreen. See, that's not right either. It just doesn't want to work. Phoenix, Mesa Marin, Portland, Evergreen, I-70, Bristol. Okay. Where am I at now? Alright, I moved up one spot. I'm now in 4th. 43 points behind Mike Skinner. It's pretty good. 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s. I've only led 7 laps. Jack Sprague has only led 8. So I haven't really been running in the lead at all. But I've been pretty fortunate staying out of wrecks and stuff and keeping the truck clean and then being around at the end. So pretty good finish. Good spot in the points. This was the real race, and I just watched this race 2 nights ago. This race was fantastic. There was a lot going on. So the whole thing was delayed by rain. Then it says here Mike Skinner started first. That's not really true. So all these guys missed the drivers meeting, and they never really explained in the broadcast I saw what was going on. They just said that there was this controversial drivers meeting. And so I don't know what was going on, but all these guys missed it. Then apparently they had this weird inversion rule back then, which I guess they had just to make sure that Mike Skinner didn't start first and lead every lap of every race. So they would draw after they would qualify, they would draw to see how they were inverted. So Mike Skinner had the fastest qualifying time, but then it was inverted, and then he missed the drivers meeting, so he ended up starting in the back anyway. So him and who was it? The guy who won, Joe Ruttman. Him and Joe Ruttman were coming from the back because Ruttman missed the drivers meeting too, and so they were racing towards the front. And then the differential between the fast cars up front, or I should say the fast cars that were starting in the back, and the really slow cars that were kind of starting in the middle, and then the kind of mid cars that were starting in the front, it was nuts. They were going 3 wide around people. Some of the trucks were going really slow, so they were doing 3 wide just like in the game. I mean, that race that I just ran is basically exactly what this race looked like on TV. My man Steve McEachern, he's fellow Arizonan. He was doing okay. I mean, he had a really slow truck, and eventually they tried to split him. And so Ron Hornaday was on the inside, and Portengay was on the outside, and Portengay clipped his right rear, and McEachern just went straight head on into the wall. So he got knocked out. And then Mike Skinner got towards the front, and he was diving onto the apron to pass guys going into the turns because he was so much faster than them. So he was doing these dive bombs, and finally he did a dive bomb on someone, I can't remember who, but he ended up spinning the guy out. And so then, and Mike Skinner spun it. I think it was Joe Ruttman actually. And so then they made Mike Skinner start in the back of the field after the halftime break. Then Mike Skinner got in the wall. Then he changed tires, which back then there was a rule that if you change tires, you lose 5 laps. So he ended up finishing way in the back, 139 laps. So he was 11 laps down, partly due to that penalty and partly due to getting into the wall. But the race was just a madhouse of just trucks just flying around each other, trying to go 3 wide, racing in and out of lap cars and stuff. It was nuts. It was exactly the kind of thing that made me love racing back in the 90s, when you would get this speed disparity, and after a few laps you're like lapping traffic. You're trying to race other people and race around lap traffic and stuff. It was crazy. So if anyone is interested in seeing an awesome short track race from the 90s, I would recommend this one for sure. Let's see, 6 cautions, 38 laps, more cautions than were in my race. Yeah, it was fantastic. All right, if any, anyone ever watches this race, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I love watching other people's races, so um, so I've watched a whole bunch of NR 2003 content and seen a whole bunch of races from other people. So if anyone actually watches some of mine, that's really cool. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And that's it for this race.